Alright, we're back to this. Chapter 6 now. Hotel Dusk, room 215. Adventures of Kyle motherfucking Hyde. Chapter 6, December 28th, 1979, 9 to 10 p.m. And as you can see from the alcoholic beverage here, this is when the bar opens. I'm just gonna quickly raise the volume of the game because it's a bit quiet for me. That would be why. I want it to be 50. I want it to be 50. My OCD tells me make it 50. Okay, there we go. 9 o'clock. Bar's open. Well, I cleared up that mess with Angel. Might as well celebrate with a drink. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully the phone doesn't ring. Well, there it is. Now you guys might think I'm psychic, but no. It's just second nature at this point. It always happens. Phone again. You guys might think I'm either psychic or that I've played through the chapter already. Neither. I just saw it coming. Phone's ringing. Hey, sweetie. Hey, gorgeous. Oh, Kyle's flirting this time. Look at that. Well, you seem to be feeling better. Listen, Ed's back. I'll put him through. Hi, it's Ed. What's the good word? Louie and me had a little chat about his pal Danny. I'm listening. Louie wasn't involved in the murder, and he didn't make off with the cash either. Yeah? So who iced him? Bradley. What? Seems Bradley was working for Niall under the name of Jay. Jay? That's a hell of an alias. Louie and Danny had a meet scheduled, but Bradley crashed the party. Well, I'll be damned. He blew Danny away, then took a painting the kid had swiped from Niall's hideout. Bradley also got the money Danny was using to close the deal. Niall's money. This was 3 years back, right before I met Bradley on the docks. At least, that's Louie's story, for what it's worth. I think he's playing me straight. Makes sense. Keep talking. I told Louie I was still on the hunt for Bradley. He put 2 and 2 together and told me everything. Now he wants to help out. Keep saying we're partners. Ah! Revenge makes strange bedfellows. Yeah, I am actually playing this game on Twitch. Why not, right? I mean, it's one of my favorite games from my childhood. And yes, I said my childhood. This is a childhood game for me. Yeah, there's more. When I checked in, I heard a guy with my name had stayed here. Happened about 6 months back. Anyway, I searched the room the guy stayed in and found a lighter. Oh, you're a Brit too, huh? Alright. Oh yeah? In case the people in the watching this on YouTube can't tell, I'm talking to a Twitch chat. Yeah, it's a lighter I remember well, if you follow. You tell me Bradley stayed at that hotel? That what you're thinking? Could be. Uh-huh. You thinking you can pick up on his trail? Worse things could happen. Tell me something, Hyde. Why are you still chasing this ghost? He's no ghost. You hate him, that it? Ed, Hell, I understand. Bradley was your partner, your friend. Oh, 98 myself, in case you couldn't tell. One day he double-crosses you and the world gets a little bit colder. So you trail him to the docks and give him the lead kiss. That's not... And when his mug don't turn up with all the other floaters in the Hudson, you go after him again. Even losing the badge can't stop you. Hate like that eats a man alive. This isn't hate, Ed. Never was. I just need to know why he did what he did. Why he sold me out. Bradley had a reason. I know it. So you say. Ed? Yeah? I didn't expect much when you sent me to this hole. But what I found tonight with Louie and Bradley, you still think it's coincidence? Of course it is. The hell else could it be? Yeah, maybe. Hey, I heard you've been putting Rachel through the paces. Having her run research on some dead art mope? What's the story? One of the guests keeps talking about a painting. Things called Angel Opening a Door. Supposed to be worth a fortune. Rachel said it was pinched from an art museum 3 years ago. Let me guess. You think it's the painting Bradley nicked? Just a hunch. A hunch, huh? Been a long time since I heard you say that. Your little Denono reunion get the cop instincts flowing again? It's not like that. You just what? I know this sounds nuts, but I don't care. There's something about this place, Ed. I know it. Something here is going to lead me to Bradley. Huh. You really believe that? Yeah, I do. Okay, Hyde. I'll give you one last night to follow this. But if nothing shakes loose tonight, it's time to hang it up. I ain't gonna watch this thing ruin your damn life. I don't have much of a life to ruin, Ed. Alright, enough of this crap. Let's talk business. Remember those items I asked you to find? Well, I may need you to hand them over to the client directly. Sure. I'll ring you up later. By the way, Herbs, if you're interested in watching my other episodes of this, it's on YouTube under Haven Gaming. You won't be able to miss it. It's the one with the really shitty logo. Bradley. Had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to use the bloody switches. You remember the switch puzzle? I had to do that on an emulator. Had to figure out how to do that, but I did it. I did it. Right, so to the bar. So this is the bar. Yo, hi! Get in here! Welcome to the 7 Stars, my man. Yeah, you might know the game by heart, but you might want to watch me suffer. I don't know you. I prefer my barkeeps to be prettier, but I guess you'll do. Why you want to go and hurt me like that? Ain't no one else could look this good behind the counter. Hope you tend bar better than you deliver packages. Let me tell you a secret, my man. This here is the best place in the whole hotel. Most every job old man Dunnan makes me do is a total drag. Makes me want to take a long lunch and just keep on walking, you dig? Except this one, brother. I could stand back here all day. So what do you think? Beauty of a bar, ain't she? Not bad. Damn straight. So come on, Hyde, take a load off for once. What's your poison? Bourbon. Make it a double. Coming at ya. I take a seat at the end of the bar. Hyde, my man, you got no idea what Louie has in store for you. This, my brother, this is an 8-year bourbon from the grasslands of Kentucky. And it's on me. Louie sets my drink on the counter and leaves me in peace. Good man. I swirl the deep amber around in the glass and listen to the music of the ice. It smells of good earth, with hints of charcoal dancing around the edges. The first sip is a slow burn. I sit for a moment, letting the fire spread through me. Hyde, you okay? Ha ha ha! Oh, my brother, my brother! Been forever since I seen a cat make a drink look that good. Been a long time since I hadn't ate your... Thanks, Louie. Hey, you're the cat what made my day. Feel like the best barman in LA now. Say, Hyde, I don't mean to interrupt your quiet time or nothing, but we got us a jukebox in the corner there if you want some drinking tunes. Oh, and see those matches on the shelf over there? My work, man. Matches by Louie DeNono. Check 'em out when you got a sec. It's a trip. Oh, and there's something else I gotta clue you in on? Spill it. It's about the cat what was here 6 months ago. The one with your name? Yeah, so the day he stayed here, me and Rosa were both out. So what's the story? You had a vacation? Dunning gave you a day off? For real, man. Rosa too. Days where me and Rosa both catch a break are pretty rare. I don't think Mama Sass was even supposed to get that day off. But I guess Dunning got his wires crossed because she was out of here too. So yeah, me and Rosa both missed out on seeing that cat's face. Total drag. If that guy was really your amigo Bradley, then he's got some kind of luck. If I'd been there, would have killed him on the spot with how he'd done for Danny. And no one's been in 217 since that day, right? That's right. Tell me about the jukebox. You have a jukebox? And it works? I know, trip, right? Ain't the newest model or nothing, but it gives the old bar some class. What's the song run me? Can't charge for music, man. Things free as can be. You see a song you like, just give it a spin. Song you like, it's basically just the OSTs of the game, if I remember rightly. Talk about the matches. So tell me about these matches of yours. Ticket man. Label's a custom DeNono original. Before I came, place didn't even have matches. So Dunning saw him. Only Dunning saw him. So Dunning's the only one who saw the mystery man? You got it. Hey, why don't I show the boss a photo of Bradley? I'm sure the old kook could tell if he was the mystery guest or not, yeah? Works for me. Dig it, man. I'll just show him the photo like it's no big and see what he says. Leave it to me, my man. Plan'll go down smooth as that bourbon. Thanks, Louie. You know, I don't get this, Hyde. Say the guy what stayed here really was Bradley. I mean, why's he come here? What's he thinking? Guy must have had some reason for coming here, yeah? I don't know, Louie. I can't figure that out. Another drink, my man? Yeah, hit me again. Someone's here. Oh, it's Helen. Oh, hey. Welcome to the 7 Stars, ma'am. Just take a seat anywhere you want. It's the old gal from upstairs. What you having? What a nice young man. I'll have a gimlet, if you please. And mind you, a real gimlet is half gin and half lime juice and nothing else. And a good evening to you, Mr. Hyde. Are you down here all by yourself? Yeah. I drink alone. Less hassle that way. Oh, I couldn't agree more. But tell me, what are you drinking this evening? I'm a man of habit. First one's always a bourbon. Then I let the others take care of themselves. My stars, spending a Friday evening chatting with a fine bourbon-drinking gentleman. I can't even remember the last time I did something like this. Goodness, it takes me back. Truly does. So, you have family? No, I'm all alone. don't have any family? And you, Mr. Hyde? Same story. No family, no ties. I'll tell you something, though. This is the first time I ever spent the last Friday of a year in a hotel bar. And the first one I ever spent with a nice gimlet-drinking lady like yourself. Oh, Mr. Hyde, you certainly are a charmer. Now that I think about it, you said something when I first saw you. You wanted to stay in the room that grants wishes, right? That is correct. There's a wish of mine that simply must come true, no matter what. What's your wish? That's why I came to this hotel, you see. Come on, that's just Dunning flapping his gums. You really believe that fairy tale? And it is such a shame if I do believe it, Mr. Hyde. Perhaps the fairy tale nature of the story makes me more inclined to believe, How long have you been alone? You always been alone? Oh no, not always. There was a time when I had someone in my life. A lot can happen when you live as long as I have. What's your wish? So what's this wish of yours? Now, Mr. Hyde, that's my secret. All people have at least one genuine wish in their hearts, don't you think? But you never really hear about such things because they are so personal. Not the kind of thing you'd just give away to anyone, don't you agree? You had a family once? So you had family once? Not everything you hoped it would be. Oh no, it's nothing like that. It's just, well, it's all in the past, you see. Nothing interesting to speak of. You don't want to talk about it, I'll mind my business. And my drink. Just thought hearing about you in the heyday might be a kick in the pants. Sorry to keep you waiting. We got a gimlet for the beautiful young woman? Oh, what a rascal you are. Oh, and bartender? I'd like to order this man a bourbon. Coming right up. Louie heads back down the bar. Now, Mr. Hyde, how would you like to play a little game with me? Just to pass the time until your bourbon comes. Is it the matches? I'm not much for games. Oh, but you'll like this one. It's more of a trick, really. Now just give me one moment to set this up. Yeah, it's the matches. Alright, I think that shall do. Now, as you can see, I have 6 coins in front of me. Oh. You must arrange them so that there are 4 in a row, both vertically and horizontally. Oh, but here's the fun part. You can only move 1 coin. Do you think you can beat my little game, Mr. Hyde? Okay, I'll bite. But if I win, you have to tell me about your past. Deal? I think I know what this is. I think I use this all the time. Agreed. Whenever I want to show someone up, I think I do the same thing. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's exactly that. God, I know that one off by heart. There. Oh, you solved it. Wonderful. Perhaps it was too easy for you. Very well then. As promised, I'll tell you a little bit about my past. I'm listening. The truth is, this is not my first stay at this hotel. Wait a minute. When did this happen? I first stayed here 20 years ago. Then I returned 10 years later. Wait, you've been coming here once a decade for 30 years? That's correct. Back then, the stories about Room 215 didn't even exist. It all happened so long ago. After that time, I was working in Las Vegas. So what did you do? Professional gambler? No, nothing so glamorous, I'm afraid. I was a magician. Yes, before I lost this eye, I used to entertain huge crowds of people. You were a magician? Hyde, my man, do I have something special for you? This, brother, is the best bourbon in the house, aged 12 years. Oh my, look at the time. I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I must be off. Thank you for engaging this old lady in such spirited conversation, Mr. Hyde. Please enjoy the rest of your drink. Bartender, would you please help me up to my room? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yo, Hyde, looks like I gotta run Grandma Patch back to her room. Can you keep an eye on the place till I get back? Sure. Helen and Louie leave the bar together. So, Ebbs, what's your favorite part of Hotel Dusk? Careful not to spoil anything after Chapter 6. I already know the game, but someone who watches this on the stream, if there is another person watching, might get spoiled. So, you know, the favorite part of the game before Chapter 6. Let's take a look at this jukebox, why not? There's a big jukebox in the corner. Wonder if they have any jazz. Let's see. What do I want to listen to right now? What should I play? Ah, Long Night. I like that one. I like the Long Night. Oh, we got someone. Let me guess. Summer. Damn it! Ah. Well, if it isn't Mr. Hyde. Oh, you. Are you the only one here? Yeah, bartender had to step out, but he's coming back. Yes, I should have expected that in this place. So, are you heading for bed, Mr. Hyde? I would hate to interrupt your leaving. Nope. Barkeep asked me to keep watch of the place until he gets back. Which will probably take a while. Oh, I see. I can't imagine why I'm asking you this, but would you like to have a drink together? No thanks. Sorry, maybe later. Oh, really? Okay, I get it. Get what? You're not used to sharing a drink with a young, attractive woman such as myself. Think what you want, I still ain't drinking with you. 9:20 p.m. Is anyone actually in the stream besides you? No, that's the wrong thing. Commander Root. Okay, apparently you're not in this chat, Herbs. I wonder if he left. You mind? Not at all. Never mind. I think I'll drink alone tonight. Let's try some matches, why not? There's some matches here. What's this? Can you solve this puzzle? The goal is to create 3 squares. The hard part is to do so by taking away 4 of the matches. 3 squares. Easy. Three squares. That's it. Who's there? Ah, there's Summer. And a fine evening to you, Mr. Hyde. Summer, don't you have a book to plagiarize or something? So this is where you have sought refuge from the weight of this cruel world. I thought you might be in your room, but found it empty. You been looking for me? Why? Our last discussion ended on a somewhat awkward terms. I had hoped to start anew. No thanks, Shakespeare. I got no interest in anything else you have to say. Your words wound me, sir. I had hoped to find you in a more charitable mood. Perhaps you do not appreciate the gravity of my earlier confession. The truth remains that I revealed a secret which I had guarded for 10 years. And to a traveling salesman that I had met not hours before. You are a curious fellow, sir, and I find myself in awe of your gruff nature. And so I thought we could engage in a further bit of light conversation. Mr. Hyde? Yeah? I'm finding that drinking alone is just as sad and pathetic as I thought it would be. I'll be leaving now. Do enjoy the remainder of your thrilling evening. Iris leaves the bar. I say. What? Who was that woman? She's the dame staying in 216. Name's Iris. Iris? Oh no, that's not right. Hold it. So what's the skinny with Iris? Oh, it's nothing really. I just had the feeling I'd seen that young woman before. By the way, Mr. Hyde, I have just remembered a small nugget that may be of interest to you. Go on. You recall asking me about Osterzone, yes? Well, during our chat, I failed to mention something about the image on my bookmark. 3 years ago, you see, that particular painting was on display and somebody nicked it. Oh, you knew already? Yeah, but how could you possibly know this? Not 2 hours ago, you did not even know the name of Osterzone. How did you manage to find out about the theft so quickly? I did a little research. Research, you say? And just how did you manage this? I ain't playing 20 questions with you, pal. See you around. Wait, please, Mr. Hyde, just one moment, please. It is as I suspected. You, sir, are no ordinary salesman. Yes, it's clear as day now. It all makes sense. How do you know Iris? Where'd you meet her? I think perhaps it was... No. I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. I fear my memory has failed me. But if I manage to lift the fog from my mind, I shall notify you post-haste. If I remember rightly... It was this. I'm quite an avid fan of that periodical myself. Oh, I guess we don't find out yet. What all makes sense? You figure something out? Just a bit of deductive reasoning is all. I am, after all, a mystery novelist first and foremost. I couldn't help but attempt to grasp your true nature. A thieving mystery novelist? A thieving mystery novelist? You claim to know nothing of Osterzone or his work, and yet you seem quite well informed on this matter. How is that? You are also employed as a salesman, but lack even the most basic of people skills. So what can we deduce from this, Maybe I can deduce my fist to your face, but that would shut you up. But enough wordplay. It is time to, as they say, lay my cards on the table. You, sir, are on the trail of Osterzone's stolen masterpiece. Yes, a work such as Angel opening a door must be insured for a princely sum. I surmise that you are in the employ of this insurance company. You have been hired to track down the painting and return it to the rightful owners. This salesman act is nothing more than a mink stole on a cheap lady of the night. Now that, sir, is deduction. Behold the power of my reasoning and wit. You done making stuff up? What? Are you telling me that this is not your purpose here? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Oh, but I had deduced... I was so certain of it. Well, I'm certain that you're an idiot, and only one of us is right. And you couldn't deduce your way out of a wet sack. That's why your books sell like fried crap at a county fair. I see. I suppose I should thank you for such honest advice. But know this, the more you resist, the more determined I am to learn about you. Make no mistake about it, Mr. Hyde. I shall discover your true identity. Summer leaves the bar. I've had about enough of that guy. There's a bottle of bourbon on the bar. Yo, hi! Thanks for watching the place. Anyone swing by while I was out? 2 birds showed, but they both left. Aw, man! Wish they'd stuck around till I got back. You're better off this way, trust me. That's cold, Hyde. I thought you were supposed to be working with people now. Can't never let a customer leave angry, Dick. Louie, you're making my head hurt. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to bring you down. Wasn't you. I think I'm done here. Okay, cool. Well, bar's open till midnight, so swing back if you get bored, yeah? We still gotta have that drink together. Oh, look, it's Rosa. Oh, Mr. Hyde, good evening. You're still cleaning? Oh yes, clean, clean, clean. That's all poor Rosa does. This old hotel's about to fall apart, you know. Sometimes I think I'm the only thing that keeps it going. Besides, the key to good housekeeping is sticking with it. Can't let dirt win. Guess not. So, where were you, huh? Did you stop by the bar? Yeah. Oh, and how was it? Not bad. That's good to hear. Dunning decided to let Lewis manage the bar all by his lonesome. That boy, when it comes to cleaning, he just wants to loaf, but he loves that bar. Seems so. Well, that's Lewis for you. I wish he would put the same effort into helping me, but will he? Land's sakes, no. How long has that bar been here? Oh, quite a while now. I heard it was open to celebrate the hotel's 10th anniversary. Me? I think it's too small, but folks seem quite taken with it anyway. It's always full, and the folks there always leave me a terrible mess. When was the anniversary? So when was the 10th anniversary? Well, let's see. The hotel was built 20 years ago. That was 1959, so 1969, if my math is right, and I just know it is. 10 years ago. Wait a second. That incident with the missing kid happened about 10 years ago. So I heard about a strange incident that went down 10 years ago. You know anything about that? Oh, so something did happen. Tell me about the story. So the story's true? So you heard, did you? I can just guess who told you. Little bird. I just bet. Well, I'm a terrible liar, so I suppose I can't pretend not to know. So it's true? Yes, Mr. Hyde, it's true. Every word. That's interesting. Ha! Oh, Rosa fooled you, but good. Ha 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 ha! Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. What? Oh, you should have seen your face. Whew! No, I'm just afraid it's just a I'm afraid it's just a rumor. But when I started here, I thought it was true too, and for a fact. Rosa, you made a joke. Did it hurt? Oh, hush now. Anyway, when I first asked Dunning if it was true, he flat out laughed at me. And here I was hoping to get a peek at a ghost. What silliness. That's one word for it. Dunning says that this kind of thing happens all the time. What with hotels changing and owners closing down and so forth. Well, rumors get started and folks talk about ghosts and murders, and there you go. Oh, look at me, chatting away like I have all the time in the world. So much cleaning still to do, and look at the time. Busy, busy, busy. I'll get out of your hair. Oh, but Mr. Hyde, maybe you want to hear more about this hotel's history, hmm? Well, if I were you, I'd ask Dunning himself. Yes, I would. I'm sure the old coot is around somewhere. I'll do that. You will? Good. And I'll get back to my cleaning. Right, so he'll either be in his room or at the front desk, I would imagine. Maybe the office. I'll check the front desk first. Not there, so let's try the office. Nobody's in. Right, let's try his room. I'll do a quick save, why not? Oh. Chat's gone off. Need to fix that. There we go. Oh shit. Just quickly do a check to make sure I didn't miss anything. Huh. So if absolutely anyone at all is watching, feel free to message me in chat. I got now better to do. Alright, Dunning. Let's talk. No one's coming to the door. Maybe I should have called first. Huh. Maybe try this door? Maybe that's the thing? I doubt it. Yeah. Knocking on random doors isn't the best way to meet people. No, I doubt it would be. Is anyone down the hallway? No. Guess ring the bell? But he should still be in the office, right? Because he has to come out of there. It's a bell. Guess I gotta ring it for service. No. I guess he's just chilling out somewhere in the hotel. Well, let's go look for him. Is he down there? No. Is he upstairs? My room? I'll go to my room. That's the only thing I can think to do. Well, is the phone gonna ring? No. Oh no. I doubt he's gonna be on the bloody roof. I'll try anyway, but I doubt he's gonna be there. Yeah, he's nowhere in sight. Okay, back we go. Where the fuck is Dunning? Is he in like one of these? I doubt he'll be in one of those. Maybe he's in the restaurant. He won't be in the bloody kitchen or anything like that. Yeah, he's there, okay. Huh. Wait, that looks like... Go away. What's he looking at? Oh, it's Dunning. You couldn't tell? No, go away. Piss off. Hey there. Got that face. Huh? Oh, it's you, Mr. Hyde. What do you need? Tell me about the hotel's history. Its history? Now, why in the Sam Hill you want to go asking about that nonsense? I'm a curious guy. Look, I was just down in the bar and someone told me a little bit about it. Said the bar was built for the hotel's 10th anniversary. That true? So you heard, did you? When was this place built? Oh, about 20 years ago, give or take. Back then, place was what you'd call real popular. Used to have bands playing in the restaurant even. And weekends were out of control, wild parties and everything. Sounds like it was the place to be. Yep, used to be alright. But by the time I took over, place had changed. When did Dunning take over? No more parties or fancy bands, reputation just went down the crapper. When did you take over? How long you been running the place? About 5 years now. I'd been thinking about starting up a business when I saw this hotel for sale. Place was going for a song, so I bid. Talk about a sucker. Should've just buried my cash in a damn hold. This is an old game from my childhood called Hotel Dusk Room 215. It's more of a mystery game than anything. I thought a hotel would be the perfect way to make some quick scratch. Of course, after opening, I did nothing but break my back every damn day. Can't tell you how many times I thought about hightailing it back to my old job. But I tightened my belt and kept her running. Thanks to good people like yourself, of course. What were you looking at? So what were you staring at when I came in? Pictures. Pictures? Yep, take a look up above the piano. See them frames? Got lots of old shots of the place in there. They're all pictures of guests in the restaurant. Most of them are from before my time here. That old, huh? Real comedian, ain't you, Hyde? Of course, they're all up and gone now. Shucks, even a hard ass like me can get a bit weepy thinking about the past. What did you do before? What did you do before you ran this place? What, you mean my job? Ain't no business of yours. Okay, just curious. You're a real piece of work, Dunham. Makes me wonder how you got started. Well, I'll save you the trouble of listening. Ain't a man alive with a life story more boring than mine. I ain't got a damn thing you'd want to hear about. If you say so. Oh, that's enough of hearing me jaw. I gotta get back to work. I won't stop you. By the way, Mr. Angel in 213 called me up a few minutes ago. Told me that whole mess of his is taken care of. Found his missing stuff in his own room, just where I told him it was. Maybe you could quit this gig and go for tell fortunes. Don't I know it? The last thing I needed was the fuzz sniffing around my joint. Dunning heads out of the restaurant. For the record things, this game is set in 1979. So, you know, it's a bit of an old game. Chronologically speaking. The actual game came out in like 2005, I think? Something like that? I don't know. Newspaper article on the hotel. Nothing useful here. Photo is old and hard to see. Looks like this was taken at the hotel's grand opening. It looks like a photo, but it's really a painting. That's actually kind of clever. Looks like they're having a good meal. Looks like a photo of people who stayed here before. This photo must be older than Helen. Hyde! That's rude! You never talk about a lady's age. Even if it's a lady as old as Helen. Mr. Hyde. What now? You're still here. That a problem? No, just the opposite. It's perfect. Just perfect. Rosa, slow down a second. What do you want now? What do you want, Rosa? Oh, good. I knew you would agree if I asked nice. Yes, I did. I'm not talking to Summer again. Just listen. It's about the restaurant. See, sometimes when our guests order wine, they like to keep the labels. Well, when that happens, we always go deliver it to their room later. But I'm as busy as can be, and Lewis has to run that darn bar of his. And so neither of us can spare the time to do it. And then I saw you, I thought... You thought I'd do it. Oh, aren't you sharp? Yes, that's my thought, exactly. I do this and you're just gonna give me a dustpan. Hush, I will not. And I will give you a free breakfast to make up for it. Keep talking. We've got fresh blueberry muffins and my very own Spanish omelets. Sounds good. So you'll do it? Oh, say you will, Mr. Hyde. Fine. Who wants the damn label? Language! And the label goes to Miss Parker up in room 212. The old woman. It's quite a touching story, actually. Yes, it is. You see, Mrs. Parker ordered wine 10 years ago when she came with her friend. So tonight the poor woman ordered that very same bottle of wine. I didn't want to snoop, but I watched her drink it and she looked so sad. Well, when she finished, she started talking about this and that. And she told me how she wanted to take the label home with her. Who did Helen come here with? Who was Helen here with 10 years ago? I'm sure I have no idea. I told you all I know, Mr. Hyde. Why are you so nosy? Just my way. But if Rosa had to guess, I'd say it was her son. Yes, I would. Her son? Oh, I can't say for sure, but I'm sure it's true. You don't say. I just know it. I saw how she talked to him back then. I know she's just like me. Just like you? She's just like you? Hold on. How is Helen Parker just like you? Her son, silly. He lives far away, just like my boy. You sure about that? Of course. Well, kind of. Stop confusing me. Listen, I may not know the first thing about her personal life, but I know I'm right. I'd stake my mop on it. Wait, you have a son? Yes, I do, Mr. Hyde. Is that a surprise to you? My boy lives in Manhattan. What's Rosa's son like? What's your son like? What's he like? Your son, I mean. And what's he doing in New York? He works on Wall Street. No kidding. Rosa the Wonder Maid and her stockbroker's son. You pegged him true, Mr. Hyde. He went to a good university and found himself a nice place to work. Yes, he did. I bet you're proud of him. Yes, I guess it seems like that from your point of view. You're not proud of him. It's not that, Mr. Hyde. It's just, he doesn't understand me one bit. Well, you're a pretty complex person. Do you know what he said to me? Do you? He told me to quit my job. Can you imagine? Come to Manhattan, he says. We'll live together, he says. Sounds like a nice offer to me. Oh, and what about it strikes you as nice? I do good, honest work here. I support myself on my own two hands. I'm not so old that I need my son to take care of me. And I'm sure not changing my life just because he says so. Not me. Not Rosa. This is a familiar tune. She sounds just like my mother. Well, thank you in advance, Mr. Hyde. So, where's this wine bottle? Well, let's see. 2 of them are in the kitchen and 1 is in the restaurant. Sounds like the old lady has a serious drinking problem. Don't tease, Mr. Hyde. We had 3 guests order wine tonight. Miss Parker only had 1. Summer himself drank the 2nd bottle. And the 3rd was the young woman in 216. Iris, I think her name is. Anyway, I was so busy when I was clearing off the tables and cooking and so forth. And, well, I just lost track of which bottle belonged to her. That omelet better be worth it. Oh, it is. Don't you worry. Anyway, could you please find her bottle? When you do, just peel the label off and deliver it to her room, okay? Good. I've got laundry to do, so I can't talk anymore. Busy, 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 you know? And thank you again, Mr. Hyde. Rosa hurries off. 9:40 p.m. Which room was Helen Parker in? $212. No one seems to be in. Maybe these doors are soundproof. Well, fuck. Okay, moving on. Who is it? Kyle Hyde. Do you have some business with me, Mr. Hyde? I got something to ask you. Oh, I guess I don't have anything to ask him. I'll be off then. A good evening to you. Yeah, I have something to ask you. Never mind, go away. Right. So I guess I can't ask which one is whose yet. I have to go check the bloody labels. There's a bottle of wine on the counter. This is a bottle of white wine. Oh, okay. Another bottle over here. I think it's that bottle. There's a wine bottle next to the microwave. This is a bottle of red wine. There it is. There's a wine bottle on the table. This is a bottle of rosé. I'm pretty sure that Helen had the red wine, Martin had the white wine, and Iris had the rosé. Let's see if I remember that right. If I do remember it right, then I get a cookie or something. I don't know. I get something. Alright, Summer, I've actually got a question for you this time. Who is it? It's Kyle Hyde again. Sorry about randomly knocking on your door last time. Do you have some business with me, Mr. Hyde? Yes, I do. Got something to ask. For real this time, I swear. What wine did you drink? Why did I need to check out the wine bottles to find that? You had wine with dinner, right? But of course, food without wine is like a body without a soul to fill its... What kind? Well, it was white. Yes, a crisp Chardonnay with hints of apple and a rich... Don't care. Oh, I see. Well, I guess we are finished here. Yes, well, good evening, sir. Summer closes his door. Alright, Iris. Because for some reason I can't ask bloody Helen on my own. I can't ask Helen just directly. Hey, what did you have? I have to ask you guys first. Let's see if I was right. Did Iris have the rosé? I was right about bloody Martin Summer having the white wine. Yes, who's there? It's me, Kyle Hyde. Mr. Hyde, I figured you would be drunk in a ditch by now. You and me both, sister. What wine did you drink? I'll make it quick. You drank wine with dinner, right? Why did you want to see if there was any left? I don't suppose you remember what kind? Rosé, and it was quite nice. Why on earth are you asking me this? Just checking, don't mind me. So you came up to my room to ask me... So that's it? Nothing more? Well, good night then. Iris turns and closes the door behind her. So I was right. Martin had the white wine and Iris had the rosé, which means that Helen had the red wine. How did I remember that after how many bloody years? Like 13 or something? No, that's a couple of huge microwave ovens that I don't care about, Kyle. There's a wine bottle next to the microwave. Red wine. Bet this is the bottle Helen ordered. Looks like there's still a bit of wine in the bottom of the bottle. I don't need the whole bottle, just the label. Oh right, I need to get the, right. I forgot about that. Okay, so now I need to go up to my room, and I need to go up and get the adhesive remover from the package. Right. Forgot about that. It's so convenient that all of the things that I need were in that box. There's a cardboard box on the bed. Products Ed sent over are in the box. Yeah, give me the adhesive remover. This should get the label off in no time. I take the adhesive remover. Alright, back into the restaurant we go. I think I'm going to be grilling Helen after this, if I'm not mistaken. There we are. There we go. I take the wine label. Yeah, I take the wine label. Wonder what kind of memories this wine holds for the old gal. Guess it's time she and I had ourselves another chat. Nope, this way. 212. Right. Save. Yeah, now you answer the door. Oh, Mr. Hyde, what brings you here? Rosa has her hands full. She asked me to bring you this wine label. You came all this way just for me? Please, please, come in. I'm sorry that you had to run all over the hotel for my sake. Don't worry about it. I got nothing better to do. Oh, posh. I'm sure that you're a very busy man. But now that you're here, please feel free to sit for a spell. My room is your room. Thanks. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah? Oh, yes, dear. Don't you get excited when your friends come to pay you a visit? Everyone likes to have visitors. And you're not just any visitor. I find our conversations quite peculiar, Mr. Hyde, but in a very good way. You make me feel like I did 10 years ago. What happened 10 years ago? What happened back then? Yeah? What happened 10 years ago? Oh, nothing. I'm just reminiscing. Please forgive this old woman her fancy. The old gal is hiding something. Time to drag it out of her. But, Mr. Hyde? I thought you brought a wine label for me. Here's your label. Oh, thank you. This is simply wonderful. It will make for such a nice memory. Mind if I ask you something? And what would that be? Rosa said you shared that wine with someone a few years ago. Who was it? Does it really matter? Actually, it isn't the end of the world, but it's been bugging me for a while. Oh? You told me you've been here before. So when did you share a bottle of wine with someone? Mr. Hyde, you are persistent. If you must know, that day took place 10 years ago. So the guy you met 10 years ago, what happened to him? She looks pretty shaken up. Let me guess. You don't know where he is, do you? I'm sure he's fine. It's just... we just haven't been in contact since that day. Why weren't they in contact? Who was this person? Let's talk about the person you met 10 years ago. The person is pretty special to you, right? Oh yes. That person meant the world to me. But then I betrayed him. Why would she betray someone? Why don't you contact him? I wouldn't think it would be hard to contact this mystery person, but I bet I know why you haven't. You think about him a lot, don't you? Oh yes, each and every day. I want so badly to see him again, but alas, I cannot. I can't bear the thought of causing the boy more grief. How did you betray him? Why did you betray him? Because I'm selfish. Because I was thinking of only myself. Of what I wanted. I left him behind, Mr. Hyde. I abandoned him. Who is this mystery person? I think I know who you're talking about. But how? It's your son, isn't it? Let's see if Rosa knows her hunches. Yes, that was the man I met 10 years ago. My only son. What's his name? Alan. Alan, huh? Your son's name is Alan. Your son's name is Alan. Yes, that's correct. Alan Parker. Nice name. We met here for dinner 10 years ago and went our separate ways. Any chance you gave him a fountain pen? Why, yes. Yes, I did. But how on earth could you possibly know that? You gave him that pen, huh? Wait right here. What? Does this have to do with Alan's pen? Yeah. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right. Who is it? Kyle Hyde. Do you have some new business with me, sir? Yeah, your fountain pen. I need it. My pen? But you gave it to me not 2 hours ago. Why do you now decide? Just give me the damn pen. All right. I take the fountain pen back from Summer. This should do it. At the risk of having your response delivered to the bridge of my nose, don't ask. Very well. Summer gives me the wary eye and shuts the door. Good evening, Mr. Hyde. Won't you come inside? Ever seen this before? Where did you get this? It's his! It's my son's! It's my son's! It's your son's pen, huh? So this is your son's pen, huh? That's correct. I gave it to him 10 years ago when we were finally reunited. Finally reunited, huh? You had to be reunited? You were on the outs for a while, huh? It was because I left him behind. I abandoned him, Mr. Hyde. I walked out of his life. Mr. Hyde, you must tell me, how did that pen come to be in your possession? I found it in the restaurant. A guest dropped it. A guest dropped? So my son... That means Alan is in this hotel. No, he's not. But then, who dropped the pen if not him? A friend of his. Well, he's not much of a friend, actually. But why? How? Oh, this is all too much. Alan is missing. Guy with the pen is looking for him. My boy is missing? Please, Mr. Hyde, tell me that is not true. As I understand it, Alan wrote a book, and this chump stole it from him. Sounds like your boy was shook up about it and vanished soon after. That can't be. Wish I had better news for you, but there it is. My son had always dreamed of being a writer. On that night 10 years ago, he told me he'd almost achieved his dream. It was hard work, but I knew he would never give up. It was a dream, after all. Oh, to think that it has been taken from him. It breaks my heart. It truly does. Yeah, it's a shame. Tell me about this theft, Mr. Hyde. Why? I want to find the man who stole his work and make him pay. Look, you're a tough broad, and I like that, but it's too late. The guy who plagiarized your son's novel already fessed up. He's searching for your son so we can clear things up and make amends. I think the real question is whether or not your son will forgive him. I have faith that he will forgive this man. I know my boy, Mr. Hyde. Alan will surely forgive him. You seem pretty sure. That's just the way he is. His heart is large, and he has forgiven greater trespasses before this. After all, he forgave his own mother for turning her back on him. She's finally going to spill it. Mr. Hyde, may I implore you for a favor? Would you lend your ear to a sad and shameful story? Years ago, you see, there lived an absolute fool of a woman. In her youth, she became enraptured with show business and magic. But soon she married, and her husband convinced her to settle down. She agreed, but her secret heart yearned for a return to the lights of the glory. In time, the pull of the stage became too great, and she abandoned her family. At first, her return to the world of magic filled her life with color. She had chosen the path of entertainer once more. It became her everything. The woman lived for the moment when applause swept over her like a wave. But to her dismay, the more acclaim she received, the emptier she began to feel. Suddenly, being known as the greatest magician of all time mattered not. All she could think of was meeting the son she left behind so long ago. What a fool she was. So the woman sets up a meeting with her son. No, not at first. Their first encounter was a simple twist of fate. The woman had been called to perform at the grand opening of a new hotel, and by the strangest of chances her son was invited to the same party. When she saw him, she was filled with fear, and certain he would be enraged. But instead he took her by the hand and forgave her. That day, they made a promise to each other. A promise to meet in 10 years at the same hotel. And 10 years later, they did that very thing. The boy told her of his own dream, of how he longed to become a writer. And the woman presented her son with a small fountain pen to help him along his way. It was the first and last gift she ever gave him, or so I hear. They made no more promises, arranged no more meetings. The year after meeting her son at the hotel, the woman quietly retired. And this time, she walked away from the stage for good. So where'd she go next? That is the end of my story, Mr. Hyde. Where she went and how she spent her days after that, no one knows. Yeah? Well, let me tell you what I heard. Oh? The woman's son told his thieving pal how much the hotel meant to him. Said it was his most special place in the world. A place filled with memories that he treasured more than anything. At least, that's what I heard. Oh, Mr. Hyde. I think you should have this, Pen. Maybe you can give it back to its owner someday. I don't have the words. Anyway, sorry to take up all your time. I'll see you around. Alan is Helen's son. Didn't see that one coming. Summer's gonna do backflips when he hears this, and I'll probably have to tell him. But he did take his pen. Okay, Hyde, time to think. Take a second and get your thoughts together. Just before 9, I made my way down to the bar for a couple of belts. Louie was working the bar and doing a damn fine job of it. The next person to stumble into the bar was Helen. That's right. The old lady from 212. Helen Parker was the next person to enter the bar. Me and Helen shot the breeze while she sipped a gimlet. The drink loosened her up, and she told me how she'd stayed here before. After a couple of drinks, I decided to split the bar. I picked Rosa and Dunning's brains to learn more about the hotel's history. I didn't get much, but what they did spill was pretty interesting. For one, the bar was built for the hotel's 10-year anniversary, which means the hotel was built 20 years ago. Also, I got Dunning to talk about when he took over the place. It was 5 years ago. That's right, 5 years ago. Put down cash on the barrelhead and took over the same day. Next, Rosa came by and made me deliver a wine label to Helen. After ransacking the whole place for the bottle, I finally got the label. What kind of wine was she drinking again? It was red wine. That's right. Helen had a bottle of red. Went for the same stuff she had 10 years ago. When I dropped off the label, Helen was all smiles and started chatting me up. We got to talking about who she came here with 10 years ago. Her companion's name was Alan. That's right, it was her son, Alan. I found out the pen Summer dropped was the same one that Helen gave her son. I told Helen and she spilled her entire life story. I ain't much for sob stories, but I listened as patiently as I could. Helen told me that she left her son to become a magician. That's right, a magician. Still can't wrap my mind around that one. She left her family to pursue the dream, and it's tortured her ever since. Maybe she sleeps better tonight. Night has fallen over the city and the hotel. I know it's dark. I know the dark. It's a cover that lets people's bad sides run wild. Envy, doubt, grief. They all come out at night. Bradley. What do you think of at night, when the darkness comes? I've got until dawn to find out. And that's the end of Chapter 6. There it is. Yep, overwrite. Okay. And with that, this is the end.